welcome to Fab Friday here at Spiegelmom Scraps. So today I have an amazing deal for you. These page protectors that I'm going to use to create a pocket page today are in the Spiegelmom Scraps shop. They come in a multi-pack with all kinds of unique and interesting configurations, and they are on sale. So the pack that this page protector is in is $3.99 right now on the Spiegelmom Scrap shop, and you can use my code Sara15 to get an extra discount off of your order. So awesome! And plus, if you're getting such a great deal on the page protectors, you might as well fill up a priority box, a flat rate box with some other goodies. And maybe you'll like some of the stuff I used today. Most of it is available in the shop. So these are just lots of embellishments and papers and little goodies from my Spiegelmom Scraps stash. Some of it gets used, some of it doesn't. The majority of the products I'm going to be using that aren't from the Spiegelmom Scrap shop are from Chamel's True Stories collection, and I'm actually going to use some products to kind of breathe new life into that older collection. So I'm going to start by cutting my 4x6 papers that I'm going to be using, and there we go, all cut up, because I'm totally not going to make you watch that. I'm going to start with this paper as my title card. So I do a month in review in my scrapbooks when I set them up at the beginning of each month before I do my 12x12 layouts. I pick stories that are smaller stories that I think that don't need a whole 12x12 album or a whole 12x12 page, and I do like a little month in review to introduce each new month in my family album. So for this title card, I decided I want to dress it up a little bit. I'm going to use this stencil, which is a Studio Calico stencil, and it's of an ampersand. And I'm going to go ahead and put some piece of, this is just copy paper. So I just went to my printer, pulled out copy paper because I want to go off the edge. And this is the brand new Shimmers Aquatones paint that's in the Spiegelmom Scraps shop. This is Jive and Jade. I'm just going to take some washi tape to adhere to get my stencil down, and I'm going to go ahead and just use, so this is a blending tool, and I'm not using the foam, I'm using the felt top, and I think it worked out really well. In spreading, it was very smooth to spread this paint through the stencil using the felt on my on my card. So I went ahead and set my stencil aside to dry, my stencil title card, before I add other pieces to it. And my next card I intentionally put in here to give you some problem solving. So my next two cards that I want to use, my photos are horizontal, but of course the pockets are vertical. So I'm gonna come up with a way of doing this, and I'm going to view them, instead of thinking of them as two 4x6 cards, I'm going to view the two of them together as a 6x8 piece of paper. So you'll see me here, I'm going to cut and I'm going to trim these cards to get both of these photos onto the two 4x6 cards, but I'm going to decorate and treat these two cards like one card. And what that does is it allows me a little bit more room, and when you put them into the pocket page, it looks fine. It looks like one big card, even though there is, the divider in between. It totally works and is fine. So I'm just going to fiddle with these photos a little bit and get them exactly the way I want them. And you can see here how I trimmed and cut them. And now I'm just going to go ahead and grab my Muji pen, and I'm going to, this is kind of cute. So my T-square ruler that I usually use for lines has disappeared. I don't know, I swear it grew legs and walked away. So I've been finding new and different things to use to do journaling lines. In this case, the side of one of the extra stencils from that pack that I used for my title card. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do the journaling for these two cards now. So when I do these pocket pages, I have a little routine. I don't decorate. I decorate last. So right now I'm just adding any journaling and photos. So you're gonna see all these cards again because I'm gonna bring them back in and journal or and decorate them a bit. But this is another great little trick here. I again had a horizontal photo but a vertical card, so I just kind of centered it the way I thought I liked it onto the card, adhered it down, and then trimmed off both sides. This card is going to be a journaling card, so I'm gonna fiddle here. This is a jelly bean soup paper. It's from the Country Pumpkin Chowder collection. It's from 2012, and I have sheets and sheets and sheets and sheets of this paper because it is my favorite paper to cut down and use for journaling. I love it. I also love to use it for backgrounds. I don't know how many sheets of it. I initially bought way more than 10 and I still have them. I still have bunches of them, but I do use them quite a bit and I know I'm gonna be running out pretty soon. So I actually eliminated a picture. One of the pictures you saw initially when I first pulled my photos out, I actually set that one aside because the photo that I have of my dog, there is a pretty long story that goes with it, and so I wanted that story to have its own journaling page. And the other photo that I did eliminate, I'll just put that on the back of the card, so that'll be where, or on the back of the page, so on the other side of the pocket will be where that photo I set aside will go. So now I'm going to come back here to this card. Now I'm decorating. So I've adhered all my photos, I've done all my journaling, so now I'm going to decorate. This card is the one that I added the stenciled acrotones to in Jive and Jade, and it turned out lovely. The wonderful thing about this paint is that it is primered already. It already has a primer in it, and so you don't have to gesso anything you use it on. The other thing that I found wonderful about this is that it's not watery paint, which means that it did not warp my paper. It did not warp my paper at all. I cannot wait to use this through a stencil on a background because this little title card was like the first time I'd used it or gotten it out or played with it, and the stencil card was not warped at all. It was so cool. I definitely need more and more and more colors of this paint because I love it. I love that I don't have to gesso. I love that it's not watery. I love that I could just stencil stuff and it's just as flat as if I hadn't put anything on the paper. So I really recommend them. And there'll be a link below to this color, which is Jive and Jade, but there are so many colors in the Spiegelmom scrap shop. It's just wonderful stuff. It isn't shimmery, but you know what? I'm okay with that. So this is gonna be my title card. I'm just gonna add the month and the date. And then I'm gonna use, I actually ended up using a lot of stickers from the Chamel sticker book that came in the True Stories collection. I was so happy to use those products up and get them out of my stash, especially since I just ordered some of her new line. And I have tons and tons of Starshine and tons and tons of Go No Go. So I really need to start using through my hoarded collection of Chamel products. I'm gonna add, I think I used the entire packet, the entire sheet of these clouds. You're gonna see these clouds on a lot of the different pages that I used. And then I'm going to add the felty clouds from the shop, which if you watch my videos quite often, you know they're one of my absolute favorites. I pulled this big house sticker out like 3 times trying to like see if there's a way I could use some or part of it on a card, but in the end it wasn't gonna work. So I'm gonna use, the last little bit of this card is going to be these flower stickers. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on the back, or foam, like fun foam, on the back of some of them to pop them up, and then get to work on my next card. The next card I'm gonna work on here is this card, which is the one that has the, that's the 2 4x6 that I'm gonna treat as one 6x8. So I'm going to start again with these stickers from my Chamel sticker book. I already have my journaling done on this card, and it's just about this show. If you watch the Discovery Channel or anything like that, you probably know about the Mythbusters show. And that show, my oldest son, it was his favorite from the time he was a small child, and he watched all the reruns, and he watched, all the new episodes when they came out over and over again, and it was really educational, and it taught him a lot. He got a lot out of that show. So it ended in March, and I went online and kind of grabbed some of the stock images, and I wanted to include it into my Project Life month in review page for this month, because it was something that, you know, journal about how that show was, you know, it's a TV show, but it really was a big thing in our house. So again, just using up some of the Chamel True Stories collection, along with some of the felt clouds, and also some clouds from the sticker sheet. And then I'm going to pull the sequins into these two cards. So these are Magical Day in the Park sequins, and I'm going to add this cork card. I wanted to add an arrow to this, which those arrows are so cool. They're brand new in the shop, and they're really, really cute. But they were just a little too big. They kept trying to, every time I tried to place them on, it was covering parts of my, oh, sorry, my oldest son just decided to slam a door. Gotta love kids. So I'm just placing these little sequins down on the card to give it some sparkle, and plus I thought they were just kind of like these sequin mixes, kind of cute and quirky and just really different, and I thought that it went well with this card and with the story I was telling. And so one last little sticker that says random, and a couple of staples, because I love staples on my pocket pages. I think it just adds something, and it always looks nice when you do that. And there are the 3 cards all together. Oh wait, what am I doing? Oh, I think something was just sticking up, and I was making sure it was taped down good. And then there's the 3 cards for the top, and now we'll get to work on the bottom. So this card here is just a photo of a meal that my family and I really enjoy, and I'm just going to add some of these stickers, a little bit of journaling. Initially I wasn't going to add any journaling to it, but then as I was looking at it, I thought, you know, we'll add some journaling. And that will pretty much finish this one up. So I went ahead and added some gray felt hearts and some sequins just to the bottom corner of that card. And now I'm going to work on the next 2, and this one is going to be the story about our dog. So he didn't die, he's still alive, but he got lost. He got out our front door, and it was awful and terrible, and he was missing for about 24 hours. And that picture is actually the picture that I sent to my sister to post. We were posting his photo all over Facebook and trying to, you know, anyone found our dog. So it's not a really happy story, so I didn't want a lot of really happy things on the page, but I did want to include the story in my month in review for that month, because it was, while not a happy story, it was kind of traumatic, and it's something our family still has a tendency to talk about. So I'm just going to add that little cluster of embellishments, and I pulled that ampersand down to kind of mimic the ampersands that were in my title card. And I'm just going to add a little bit of a title to the top of this page, and not a lot of embellishment, but just a little bit. And then we will call this card done. And here are those finished 2 cards. And at the very end, as I was kind of putting stuff away, I did find one more little sticker to put at the bottom of this page. But those are, now I'm going to just take all of these cards and slip them right into my page protector. Here is one final look at all of the cards and those really nice page protectors. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a little longer than my usual Fab Friday videos, but there was just a lot of content and things in it. And plus, I wanted to show you how you can use these great page protectors that you can get in the Spiegelmom Scraps shop that are on clearance right now. So I hope you have a wonderful Fab Friday, and I will see you again next week. Bye!